let you know a little secret. You don't have to go to the bank to get funding. There is a whole other world out there, the alternative lending world. We specialize in creative options. We love helping startups. We have programs where you don't even have to have any business revenue and we can get you funding. We have no doc programs. There's so many people that I hear that are so frustrated by being turned down by the banks. There's a whole other way to do it. That's where we live. Reach out, link is in the bio, schedule a call, come see how different it can be.
Yeah, man. This is the type of female y'all need to be trying to mac on, trying to pimp on. They out there. Look in her eyes. She ready for it. She ready for some ism in her life. And make some revenue with it, some real revenue. She can got the ability to get it on through though. Yeah, man. Greetings, your buddy, your pal, your friend, your teacher, your guide, ABW, artist Benjamin Whitmore. This is the MACK Manual audio experience. And as you can see here, we got one of them ones, man. I'm careful about speech, It makes company, whoever, you never know who's dropping it. This nigga. And but I like, this right here is the example of what I'm endeavoring and what I feel like is next level pimping, macking, business, strategic chess moves is getting to the money, real, the paperwork, the ability to sign some deeds. It's next level pimping. That's next level. Mind elevation. And I'm being silly, I'm being funny, but I'm being serious at the same goddamn time. Right? That's she got the ability to get it on through, That's just an example, private lending. That's what, your best, one of your best assets is your personal banker. And that's why it's important. Piece of game. That's for real. And in my somewhat illustrious and dynamic career that's still ongoing, still has more feats to achieve. And Earl Nightingale said, success excuse me, lose my voice. Earl Nightingale said, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And the realization of those ideals inevitably are going to involve crucial team members along the way. And the more strategic, the more intentional you are about placing those chess pieces in the right places, thinking ahead, that's what life teaches you, is to be more of a strategist. In the game of chess is such a great parallel. I think a lot of people kind of overthink chess, they do that when people do that, have a tendency to do that with anything, to just kind of overstate things. But chess is a great game as a metaphor for life. And I'm not the best chess player. I just barely really started playing chess. Even though I've always understood it, I played it here and there as a child. I've picked it up more diligently as part of mind exercise among a whole regimen of things, right? Chess is just one of those things. How to think strategically, how to think ahead, how to think in terms of what someone else is thinking, psychology, all these different inputs and calculations that go into this decision making, right? And we can all reflect on bad decisions we've made. Decisions that weren't necessarily bad, may have been good, but there's always the opportunity for better. And time is such a precious commodity, especially the older that you get. We know this. You want to maximize your moments, maximize your interactions. Your personal banker could be one of your greatest allies. You go to the bank. If you don't go to the bank, I suggest every guy to get in the habit, as time permits, to not always do everything digitally. Now that branches have opened back up, the world is open pretty much back up. I know there's always going to be something. So masks will always be around. Something will always be around. But for the most part, as of right now, and for the foreseeable future, most likely we can all agree that we won't see shit. You never know, goddamn. We didn't see COVID, the first pandemic happen, coming, but whatever. But anyway, point is, shit is opened up. I would suggest, excuse me. I would suggest every man who endeavors to be, aspires to be, man of aptitude, do certain things that create a different type of energy. There's a different type of energy from depositing money, either digitally or just at the window. Every now and again, make it a practice to actually go into the branch, walk into there, right? And normally you'll see in the banking industry, there's a culture of a certain prototype that are bank tellers and frontline personal bankers. Sometimes even all the way up to management, things like that. It's not uncommon to see a lovely woman as a teller or as a personal banker. And that's why it's important for you, as you gain more mastery over your finances, more sophistication in your finances, that you take the opportunity to spread your money around. Go to different credit unions, different banks, different institutions to spread your money around, have different accounts, be a student of how to allocate funds in different ways. Have your LLCs as soon as you can. If you don't already have an LLC, have your LLC with at least 2 or 3 bank accounts under your LLC, 3 or 4 bank accounts. Credit union, I'm a big believer in credit unions. Make sure you make a decision as to the convenience of most of the branches where you do the bulk of your banking, and go in there and interact with the bank tellers. Don't be a goofy. Don't be a goddamn. Just be player. I don't know, man. I talk to him. Look him in the eye and talk to him. If if the opportunity just isn't there, however you see fit, or there not to be any conversation. That's why you increase the frequency. If you make it a habit of frequency to go into the bank, deposit money, move money around, whatever it is, then you will increase your chance to develop and that can, and it has for me, it can lead to just a few more perks, a few more resources, a few more valuable relationships to to harness, to take it, I hate the term take advantage of, but to maximize. Um, then once you master that basic, just building friendly rapport, then you want to learn the vocabulary of business. Right? You want to learn the art of deal making, and I'm again progressively I have done deals, lucrative deals. The art of deal making is, well, there's a lot of nuances to deal making, and I can really give game on that. But there's so many parallels to deal making to seduction. Just the basic of it, foundation is interpersonal relationships, understanding what are the incentives and the motives of the other person, what really drives them. That's the basic, one of the things, one of the traits of, I don't consider myself that smart of a person, but one of the traits of, I aspire to be that, and I understand what are the factors that attribute to a smart person, uh, a person of high intellect, is that they have a need to keep things simple. And so I always like to keep things simple and take things back to basics, and understand that in any interpersonal relationship, there has to be the understanding and the allowance of someone to feel valued, someone to feel needed, or someone to feel valued. That's the basics of interpersonal relationships. So the more that someone can understand and appeal to the interests of someone else, the stronger the relationship is going to be. The more appealing the relationship will be for the other person, and the more incentive and motivation it is to continue to have you in their company. So when you are building relationships, understand that simple point. No matter if it's platonic, it's business, it's romantic, understand a few key principles, and you can become a master negotiator, because you always understand that there's going to be give and take, there's compromise, there's thinking in the interest of someone else. Those basic foundations, you can master that. Master always thinking in those terms. You can get deals done. Not every deal, but you can get deals done. You can be confident in your ability to navigate this world successfully, not be taken advantage of, and to maximize every opportunity that you can, and do it ethically, and do it honorably, righteously, and to a point to where everybody feels like you are, you add value. There's no better way to put it. Somehow you are a value adding ball of energy. And yeah, man, and it's a worthy endeavor to seek favor of those type of women who can really make decisions, impactful decisions. And those women don't get probably approached a lot. They probably don't get um, they don't get proposals that are contrary to they experience probably a lot of mundane, a lot of it's these type of women that experience a lot of boredom, a lot of routine that creates a different type of ambition in them when presented with something different, a different type of there's no other word to describe it but energy, a transfer of energy from that routine being in the office. That's why look at her, look at her. She's a little edgy because she's look her hair is short. I can tell you, oh Jane, I don't even know what's her name. Name, I don't even know. Oh Janie could man. Look, this type that you got, you know what I'm saying? Maybe on a different level. You know what I'm saying? Mac it. We can pimp on some paperwork. You know, she could use. A few strokes can affect a few pen strokes. Type of pimping I'm talking about, man. Type of macking I'm talking about. And it's real, like it's it happens. It's a worthy endeavor, creatively. Using what you man. Look, I don't hear what I'm talking about, man. Because they otherwise, they got funds. A lot of y'all don't realize that funds just sit and roll over from year to year. They have to be allocated. It just doesn't. Just someone doesn't take advantage of it with a real plan. I'm talking about is because a lot of times there's a lot of red tape. A lot of times there's a lot of barriers set up, and anybody. It doesn't have anything to do with race. It's just lack of information access, right? And then having those bad habits because of conditioning, environment, regardless of your race. But once you understand the credit game, once you understand the finance game, anybody can play it. But when you need more creative and you need more lenient ways to get things done in finance that aren't according to the hard, fast rules that the banking systems are set up, this is what I'm talking about. Creating those different relationships with those who can really move some things around, get some paperwork in, get some documents created or omitted, or just make decisions. It doesn't have to be anything unethical. It's just being able to create favorable relationships. And that's the secret. She talking about what's the secret to funding. The secret is to get in. Like look. Oh, Kelly could, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But yeah, this is your buddy, your pal, your friend, DJ, your guide, ABW. Excuse me, sorry for my going out voice. It's atrocious, but I gotta speak to y'all. This is supposed to be spoken to. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that. Peace and blessings. Take care.